My apologies, folks. They get cut off in the middle, so at the end there when I was finalizing what to do with that citation when you're grabbing one. So the first video is here. The second one will be right underneath it. It'll be just a couple of minutes to cover this portion. Okay, so what I was saying is when you're in primary points of support, you've gone through, you've conducted your research. You've gone through student services to the library. You've looked for peer-reviewed sources for your topic, picking one of these. You filled out your summary with working thesis. After doing the research should come first. Go to the databases and get those. Then you got this template that you're going to be filling out, right? And since we already did this, we would have our summary and working thesis submitted in that drop box, and then this one with our topic sentences, at least working ones, right? I'll comment on whether or not those need to be changed. And then we move our works cited title down here to the new page. I grab that citation from the other one, and now I want to be able to, grab the wrong thing again. Got to be able to grab that. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to my database link here. I was on this source. I had grabbed the citation function. Remember, folks, I did a copy and paste. I wanted to make sure that I got my source. I got my DOI link right here. I go back to my file. I do a copy. I do a paste. I put this here. Now, note, it's not formatted correctly. I didn't need that from the clipboard. I put my function citation back here on this side. I note that everything on here is already formatted correctly. Yours should be following this as well. Times New Roman, 12-point font for the entire document. I can remove this hyperlink. I don't need this on here. Remove hyperlink. I just need to make sure the DOI stayed in place. And then my next entry will end up down here. So if I were to do this and go to another one, I close this out. I'll go to this next one, argument to foster scientific literacy. I'll click here. It's peer-reviewed, full text available because I have those up here. That means it's been through a peer review. And the sourcing and all the content has been legitimized. I can access this after I've read it, and I know at least from the abstract that I want those things. Here's my MLA citation for this one. Last name of the author with the content there. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to this document. I noted that the last name started with C, so I know that this citation is going to go before this one because I have to make sure that they're in alphabetical order. And I need to make sure that I change this to my Times New Roman 12-point font. There are easier ways to do some of these things, folks. I'm showing you the way that'll work for everyone, okay? Copy and paste those. Alphabetical order. Notice the last name ends up here on this margin. Everything after the first line is a hanging indent. If your computer doesn't automatically do this when you do a copy paste, all you have to do is move your cursor to the second line if it were over here on the left-hand margin, and all you would do with that would be hit enter and then tab, and it would move it to the correct spot. Okay, so it would move this over here to those. So the top line is here, hanging indent for everything else per entry, so the first line of each entry ends up there. All right, so that's what that submission should look like, folks. Make sure that you guys are working on these. You get 5 sources minimum, so that when we're done, we're going to be looking at this page, not that page. Going back here. So we're looking at the content from there, making sure that we're doing those 2, and then Monday turning in the final draft of rhetorical analysis while working our way into our research. You'll see that then in weeks 7 and 8, we're just going to be doing the research pieces. We'll be doing rhetorical analysis final draft submission. We'll be doing a research piece submissions on those, and weeks 7 and 8 will both be all focused around most of just the research. All right? Let me know if you guys got questions, but everything so far, guys, is looking good. I only have 3 or 4 of you that are really floundering in certain areas.